So good day everyone. I hope that you are all feeling well. So I'm Katiking Vihandog from Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. And I'm here to discuss about what is an institutionalization. So this video is all about institutionalization, which is under the curriculum implementation. So I hope that you will gonna watch this video until the end to learn what is an institutionalization. So in this video, I will be discussing what is an institutionalization, the definition of institutionalization, and what is the nature of institutionalization, and I will give you examples of legal basis for institutionalization. Objectives. So at the end of the lesson, student will be able to know what is institutionalization in curriculum implementation. Student will be able to understand the importance of institutionalization in curriculum implementation. And lastly, student will be able to list the institutionalization that was implemented in their school. Okay, so let's proceed to our discussion. So let us first know what is institutionalization. What is the definition of institutionalization? So I know that you can see in my screen that there is a picture which can tell us what is an institutionalization is all about. So it starts with a bulb, which means an idea that being implemented or being, implemented and become the new practice to the curriculum or school curriculum. So according to Miles, 1983, institutionalization is a process leading to the stage at which an innovation may be said to have become a built-in or accepted part of a school curriculum. So, institutionalization is an innovation that was being built in and accepted part of the school curriculum, which means it was a new practice that happened in the school curriculum. Let's read more definition of institutionalization. So as defined by group, it is an act of truly and continually utilizing and implemented instructional innovation throughout an organization or institution to a point where the innovation becomes part of the organization's culture and infrastructure. So in short, institutionalization, as what I said earlier, is the process of integrating an innovation within the structure and behavior of the organization. So let's read more definition. So according to AECT, institutionalization is a routine. The routine use of instructional innovation in the structure and culture of the organization. So this generally means that once the innovation has been implemented, it now becomes part of the standing operating procedure of the institution or organization. Now, the innovation becomes routine and religious throughout the using entity. So this is also the phase in the diffusion process that accommodates the refining and specific modification that can be done to the innovation in order for it to be efficient and effective with the different subcultures of the organization. So institutionalization means that the new practices are routine for everyone responsible for implementing them, and that the practices lead to the intended results. Until that time, the change is not fully implemented. Those who lead and facilitate change begin by working backward with the end in mind. So institutionalization, just like what I have read, it is a practice, new practice, becomes a routine to everyone, and they were responsible for implementing it. And that's what, institutionalization means the new practice it is the new practice that happens in curriculum, routine for everyone, responsible for implementing them. So who are the one who is responsible for implementing the institutionalization or curriculum, the school curriculum? Of course, it is the teacher, because the teacher will give the knowledge to the students, and they will the one who will going to inform the students of what is being implemented, and the students will be the one who will experience the new practice, or they will be the one who will exercise the new practices that happen in curriculum. Nature of institutionalization. So in all schools all over the world, rules, practices, norms, and procedures are institutionalized, right? Beginning teachers have to learn how daily school life is organized. Institutionalized practices create clarity and safety for organization members. As a result, energy can be directed toward the key key aims for all the organization. So institutionalization, seen as a progress, enable an organization to maintain stability while assimilating change from small to major into its structure. When will we know when something is being institutionalized? So we can know, or we know that something is institutionalized when number one, through it may have taken some negotiation, it is now agreed on, seen as fully legitimate and valuable by the key people involved, such as the teacher, principal, students, the higher position that was in education. So, number two, it is a working in a routine, stable way. Number three, it is natural, normal part of life, expected without doubt to continue. It may even be invisible and taken for granted. Number four, allocations of time, material, and personal resources are routinely made for it. And number five, this and other organizational supports are stable and do not depend on specific persons for their continuance. So now let us discuss the examples of legal basis for institutionalization. Number one is the Republic Act number 10157. So it is an act of institutionalizing the kindergarten education into the basic education system and appropriating funds thereof. In section 4, it is institutionalization of kindergarten education. Kindergarten education is hereby institutionalized as part of basic education, and for school year 2011-2012 shall be implemented partially, and thereafter it shall be made mandatory and compulsory for entrance to grade 1. Implemented the kindergarten as part of the basic education, and it is a mandatory or compulsory for entrance to grade 1. So number two, the Republic Act number 11476 in June 25, 2020. So this is just currently. So an act of institutionalizing good manners and right conduct and values education in the K-12 curriculum, appropriating funds thereof and for the other purposes. In section 4, it states there that institutionalization of good manners and right conduct and values education in K-12 basic education curriculum, good manners and right conduct, which is the GMRC, and values education shall replace the existing edukasyon sa pagpapakatao curriculum and be institutionalized. The teachers were the one who taught us the subject, the GMRC, which helps us as a human to be honest, to be obedient, and also to have love of the country. That is very important subject, since it helps us how to be human being with a good heart and to have respect to other people, especially our family members. The last example would be the Republic Act number 10533, an act enhancing the Philippine basic education system by strengthening its curriculum and increasing the number of years for basic education, appropriating funds thereof and for other purposes. In section 4, it states here that the enhanced basic education program encompasses at least 1 year for kindergarten, 6 years of elementary education, and 6 years of secondary education. So in that sequence, secondary education includes 4 years of junior high school and 2 years of senior high school college education, which we experience. We are the third batch of the K-12 program. So that would be all for my reporting. I hope that you have understand from my topic, which is the institutionalization. If you want knowledge about institutionalization, you can visit Jimboy Lasida's pre-recorded video for you to learn what is an institutionalization. So this is the part 1, and Jimboy Lasida will be discussing the part 2. That would be all, and thank you so much.